What's up guys, Man Cave Collectibles coming back at you today with another figure review. Today I want to take a look at the Marvel Legends Super Skrull Wave Dr. Doom figure. So this figure came, it was kind of a Fantastic Four wave with, you got all four of the Fantastic Four members, you got Dr. Doom, and you got She-Hulk. So today we're going to take a look at Dr. Doom. Once you buy all those, you put them together, you get our Super Skrull figure. So we'll take a look at Dr. Doom today. Jumping right on into his packaging. Got real nice window packaging, which we can see Dr. Doom very well. We can see the accessories that come with him, being one of the legs for the Super Skrull, an additional head, which we'll take a closer look at, and two fist hands to go on him. He does have two open hands out of the package there. Scrolling around, we just got some box art. On the back side, we do have a product image of Dr. Doom there. We have the full wave that you have to purchase in order to build this guy. And we have just a quick write-up here. Victor Von Doom uses his incredible intelligence and mystical abilities to oppose the Fantastic Four. So we do know he is a long-time adversary of the Fantastic Four. Let's go ahead and pop him out of his package and see what we got. Okay guys, we got Dr. Doom out of his packaging and on our table here. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and jump into when did Dr. Doom first appear? So Dr. Doom first appeared in the Fantastic Four #5 in 1962. He was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Our first time seeing Doom was on the cover of this issue, and immediately on the first page of the comic, we see Doom almost fixated on the Fantastic Four as he plays a game what appears to be chess, with chess pieces made up of the Fantastic Four team. As we flip on into the comic, we see Doom's first interaction with the Fantastic Four as he nets them from a helicopter, which in today's time would seem pretty cheesy, but we're talking about 1962 here. Briefly, Mr. Fantastic does mention that he remembers the voice of Dr. Doom from his college days. Something really interesting there is from that point, we don't really get a full backstory on Doom for another 2 years because at this time, they were in such a rush to get these comics published. They really didn't take the time to give Doom, an origin story. So that origin story does come later on in Fantastic Four Annual #2. So that's 2 years later. Doom, for the most part, he's maintained a very similar look to his very first appearance in 1962. I'll throw up a couple images here, one from 2003, one from 2009. So we can see over, the past 60 years, there's been very little change. Probably one of the most notable changes he's had over the 60-year history is when he became the infamous Iron Man, where he basically took over the mantle for Tony Stark during Tony Stark's supposed death. But even in that change, we can see he maintains a very similar look to his founding father's design 60 years prior. So, as far as doing figures for this character, it makes it very easy for Hasbro. You just make the same figure that you've made for, the last 20 years. You just kind of upgrade it, make it look a little bit better. As far as his powers go, he's a genius, probably one of the smartest men in the Marvel Universe. He's also a very powerful sorcerer, probably at times even rivaling Doctor Strange. But those kind of allows him to absorb energy and projections. He can manipulate electricity. He can create protective shields. There's been times where he's been able to summon, demonic hordes and things like that. So tons of history on this guy. I could talk for hours if we really got into his story, but we're really just talking about kind of first appearance and powers here. And so hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of history on Doom. Let's go ahead and jump on into the figure. That's why we're all here today. I can already say this is my favorite Dr. Doom Marvel Legend yet. They have done some in the past, which I didn't think were horrible looking figures. But I do believe that they did give us an upgrade here with this one. So let's jump right on into his accessories. So the first accessory is an additional head sculpt. So the difference between this one and the one that he has on his neck right now is the eye cutouts here. these are square, where the ones that he has on this head sculpt kind of have more of a, I guess more of like a triangle kind of look, a little more menacing looking than this one here. I see this one as kind of more of a classic head sculpt, something we would have saw, 20, 30 years ago, more so than now. But it looks really good. The peg, you can see here, the peg hole is just, the head's in there, and then you've got his cowl kind of sculpted around it. You just pop it off, pop it on. Now the next thing we received is we did get 2 fist hands. These look identical, just one's left and one's right. Paint work looks good, sculpt work looks really good. All right, and then the last piece is the leg for the Super Skrull. All right, looks really nice. So this would be his left leg on the Super Skrull. All right, we'll take a look at putting that on as well. Just taking a look at Dr. Doom. Let's go ahead and look at this face sculpt so you can kind of see. Let's see if we can get this to, you can kind of see what I'm talking about as far as the eyes inside there. How it's kind of more of a, it's not even really a triangle, but it's closer to a triangle than anything there. And then the back is a little different. You can see with this one, you kind of didn't have so much overage on his hoodie there. This one is a little different. So that's cool that they added that in. I just noticed that really by taking this more detailed look. Nice sculpting here in the belt. You can see the paint work was done really well for Marvel Legend. Over here on his side, this does pop open, and you have his gun inside, which is removable. So that would be an accessory that you can't really tell from the outside of the box, but he does have kind of his classic gun there in holster. So pretty neat, which you'll be able to hold with this hand here. And then that just pops right back on. Maybe not as easy as we'd like it to, but it does. There we go. So pretty nice little addition there. As far as legs here, we've got kind of your standard Marvel Legend articulation, and you do have that standard Marvel articulation up here as well. It's hindered slightly by his skirt here, or coming down, but this does separate as you kind of open, or as you need it to, as you open those legs. You can see that separates to allow for that articulation on both sides. So this one does the same. As far as his cape here, the cape is articulated on him, so you can see it kind of is freely moving. So that would come off if you didn't want that on there. That could come off. You can see here it just has a peg that pegs right into his back, just like that. But something I have figured out by messing with him is the cape, you can actually kind of work it to help him stand. The cape's very heavy, so the cape actually can help in the standing process for him. I actually had him fall over already one time here on the table. I had to do a little editing there to get that out of the video. But here's what we got for Dr. Doom. Now let's talk about the Build-A-Figure piece. If you watched my Fantastic Four review, you will know that I have built Super Skrull to this point. So we're going to get to go ahead and add the leg in, and we'll see if this will go in for us easily. The other leg did not go in very easy. Let's see, we'll do this off camera. There. All right, so we got the Super Skrull's legs on, so he can at least stand now. So that'll give us two. You can get a little bit of a size comparison here. The Super Skrull and Dr. Doom. Super Skrull's slightly bigger. All right, let's do a few size comparisons with Dr. Doom, and we'll leave Super Skrull on the table as well. All right, guys, just to do a little size comparison here. Brought in a few villains here to go along with Dr. Doom. We've got Venom, we've got our one-armed Super Skrull, and we have Sandman from the Build-A-Figure Sandman wave. So we can see that Super Skrull is a little bit bigger than your average Marvel Legend. He's going to be more in that Venom size, kind of built very similar to Venom as far as size and mass, but smaller than, you know, your larger Build-A-Figures like Sandman. So hope that helps give you a little size comparison there for Dr. Doom. If you guys enjoyed this video, click like and subscribe. Certainly check out my other videos. Got plenty more on the way as well. Until next time.